What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Chef, and you already know what time it is. It's time for the YAK Pod, episode number 13. Today, we're going to talk about the NFL Network's 3-round mock draft as it pertains to the Detroit Lions. Now, obviously, we're not going to go through all of the picks. We're just going to talk about who they mocked to the Lions. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So the first person that we're looking at is a man named Chad Reuter or Reuter. I hope I said your name right. If I didn't, please forgive me. So he has the Detroit Lions taking Darius Robinson, edge out of Missouri. He says Robinson's 286-pound frame and quick hands made him a problem in one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl. Putting him opposite Aiden Hutchinson is a lose-lose situation for opposing blocking schemes. I like lose-lose situations when we have nothing to do with it, okay? When you're talking about a lose-lose situation for the other team, that's what we want. So, hey, man, what do y'all think about that pick? Next. The next pick is from Cynthia Freeland. She has us taking, with the 29th selection of the first round, the Detroit Lions draft Penn State edge Chop Robinson. Now, I've heard varying things about Chop Robinson. Some people love him, some people hate him. Let's see what Cynthia had to say about him. She said the Lions' pass rush and perimeter defense are two areas of need. Detroit goes with the former in this simulation, selecting the Penn State edge rusher who boasts elite bursts off the ball. Robinson's college speed in pads ranked in the 8th percentile at his position. 10 season sample. Pretty sure DC Aaron Glenn wouldn't mind working with that. Hey man, you can't coach speed, as they always say. So what do you guys think about that pick? All right, the next pick. This one comes from Lance Zerline. He also has us picking edge Darius Robinson. What does he have to say about Darius? He says Robinson made the move from the interior to defensive end with impressive results this past season at Mizzou. He can rush from inside or the edge and help create a fearsome front for the Lions. Now, that's versatility. He can rush from the inside and he can rush from the edge. And that's like, that's 2 picks in one. Pretty much. We need to pair somebody with Aleem McNeil, and we need to put someone on the other side to help out Hutch. It's another Josh Pascal. Maybe he's a better one, less injury prone. We'll see. Next, this pick comes from Eric Edholm, and he has us addressing a position of stark need, I think. He says, at the 29th pick, the Detroit Lions choose another Missouri player, cornerback, Ennis Registraw Jr. Now, what he says about Registraw is that Detroit was forced to shuffle his secondary this season and needs better coverage and options outside. Registraw's medical evaluation, torn ACL in 2021, groin surgery in December, could determine whether he cracks round 1, but his profile fits what the Lions seek. He's tough-minded, a willing tackler, and adept at man coverage. That medical evaluation, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to pass on that one, bro. Like, I understand, good player and everything, but that medical things scare me, especially when we had Emmanuel Mosley go out after 3 snaps. I don't know about that one. All right, the next one is from Bucky Brooks. Bucky Brooks also has us taking Penn State edge Chop Robinson. He says the Lions need to find a complimentary pass rusher to place opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Robinson is a freak athlete. Can't be mad at freak athletes. The next one that we have, and the last one that we have, I saved the best for last because I know many people will love this one, especially a guy like Spin Morax of Woodward Sports. Let's see. With the 29th pick, the Detroit Lions select, according to Daniel Jeremiah, drum roll please. Anybody want to get me some water? No, I'm just playing. I'm building it up. Hold on. Nate Wiggins, quarterback, Clemson. Now, there are some that believe that Nate Wiggins is the best corner in this draft and will not make it to 29. Some have him mocked as maybe even a top 10, top 15 pick. So it will be hard to see him slide to the Lions. But if he slides to 29, I think he's most definitely the pick. Says Wiggins is a height, weight, speed corner. He's very rangy and will help a Lions defense that should often be playing with a lead given the team's talent on offense. Hey man, shout out to Daniel Jeremiah. Shout out to a national media pundit letting us know that we should be playing from the lead because our offense is so talented. Shout out from a national media pundit giving us props, giving us our flowers. Shout out because it doesn't happen very often. You have to take it when it comes, and when it happens, it's a moment. Anyway, so that's what we have for the first round of the draft. Now, what I do want to mention is that nobody in this mock draft has us taking Kool-Aid McKinstry. Kool-Aid McKinstry is someone that was widely regarded as the top corner in the draft before the season. Now there are people that don't even have him in the first round. There are people that have him going late in the first round, late in the second round. But most people have him going late in the first round. Some have him going to the Kansas City Chiefs because they figure that L'Jarius Sneed has played himself into a very large payday and he will not be back with the Chiefs. So let's see what are some of the concerns with Kool-Aid McKinstry. From the Athletics' Dane Brugler, he lacks sudden twitch in his movements. From the Ringer's Danny Kelly, McKinstry shows some inconsistencies in finding the ball when playing from a trailing position. He's at times late to whip his head around to make a play and instead relies on grabbing his opponent and swatting at his hands. Oh, well, we don't want a corner that's grabby. We already have Jerry Jacobs. Shout out Jerry Jacobs. We love you, baby. And from ESPN's Matt Miller, he will have to answer questions about his true speed at the combine. You trying to say he's slow? Anyway, that's what they have for Kool-Aid McKinstry. These are some of the reasons that people have him falling. And if he does happen to fall to Detroit and Detroit selects him, hopefully none of these things are true. None of them. Not a single one of them. All right, let's get to the second round. Now, the second round doesn't have any player profiles, because it's going to go quick. But interestingly enough, Mr. Chad Reuter, or Reuter, again, forgive me if I've said your name incorrectly. You probably won't see this anyway. But he has the 59th pick as Kool-Aid McKinstry to the Houston Texans. So as I said, he has him in the second round, which is interesting. But he has us picking at number 61, Ladd McConkey, Georgia wide receiver. Interesting. All right, let's go on to the next pick. Since Mr. Chad Reuter is the only one that did 3 rounds, we will just go to his third pick, which was pick 92. The Detroit Lions choose Christian Haynes, OG, Connecticut. So that's all of the picks. What do you guys think about those? Do you agree with any of them? Do you disagree with any of them? As I said, I know a lot of people don't like Chop Robinson. A lot of people love Kool-Aid McKinstry. No one said that he was coming to the Lions from the NFL Network. I know that other networks have mocked him to the Lions. But what do you guys think? Offensive guard, I think, is a big position of need. But Jonah Jackson, Graham Glasgow, third round picks. So, again, I don't think we bring back Jonah Jackson. I hope we don't bring back Jonah Jackson on a large deal because we know he wants a long-term deal. But he's just too injury prone. He's not consistently there. He's not consistently He's not consistently available, which is something that I've said in previous episodes. So I'm going to pass on Jonah Jackson. So we're going to need to address the offensive guard position. Cornerback, man, I don't know. I feel like cornerback is probably a bigger need than the defensive line. You can argue with it, but Cam Sutton, we saw what happened when he had that turf toe, and I'm going to keep saying that he had turf toe because in the first half of the season, he wasn't getting torched all over the place. We really weren't hearing his name much, and he was solid, and everyone thought he was solid, and no one thought anything else. But then as soon as he gets injured, then people want to start talking about he sucks, we need to cut him, don't bring him back, trade him, blah, 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 blah. Like, come on now. I mean, he's not the greatest. He's not the greatest cornerback that you could find, but I mean, he was solid for us in the first half of the season. Like I said, once he showed up on the injury report with a toe injury, then you saw the plodding. He looked like he was a step slow. He looked like he had ankle weights on when he was running, especially after people like Mike Evans and things of this nature. So we do need corners. I think we need at least two. Um, I would love to see Cam move to the number two corner position. Uh, if we can get two corners that are better than Cam and he's moved to the third corner spot, that's uh, depth. I don't mean nickel corner or slot corner. I mean the third corner coming off of the bench. You know, like he's not a starter. He's not corner one, corner two, or nickel slot. He's reserve number one for corner one and corner two. That's what I mean. But I don't think that that's going to happen because if we look at his contract and we look at his play before the injury, we know what Cam brings to this team. So again, that's just kind of like overreaction for how he played down the stretch. Again, with an injured toe. If you want to know the extent of how turf toe can affect a cornerback, just ask Deion Sanders, who is now an amputee of toes. So, and that was due to issues with turf toe and dislocated toe and things of this nature. So, but the cornerback position, I would say, is a huge need. Brad Holmes, again, he's a draft wizard. He might not even be picking at 29 because he's picking sooner than that, or he's picking later than that. He's traded out of the first round to get an extra second round or to get an extra third round pick. So we never know. These mock drafts obviously can't take into account trades. They will throw some trades in there, but we never know what trades are going to happen. So what do you guys think of the picks? Do you like them? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Who would you like to see us grab in the first, second, and the third round? Let me know in the comments below. But that is all the time that I have for today. As we say, as we always say, subscribe, smash that like button like it stole your lunch money and you want to bring it back to the kitchen. Smash it now. And as they say in the industry, be a friend, tell a friend. Share. Share the stream, share the episode, share the pod, share the good vibes. Yeah? Share the grit culture. And we'll see you next time. Peace.